What's going on, guys? In today's video, we've got two Axial SCX-6 trucks out here on the trail. We've got the green one, which is completely stock except for an upgraded servo. We have mine, the silver one, which is completely stock except for steady foams. So what we're testing out here today is we're going to be checking out how the tires form and react to different terrain, side hills, climbs, all sorts of fun stuff. We're going to compare them against the stock foams. Steady Foam sent me out a set. Now, these are a firmer foam and they claim to give better climbing characteristics, less side hill roll, all sorts of fun stuff like that. Basically, it's still a single stage foam. It's a little bit more dense than what Axial provides. So it's kind of like in a real truck if you were to air up your tires versus airing them down. So I'm kind of curious. I'm a little skeptical to see how these Steady Foams do. Let's see if they can prove themselves worthy out here on the rocks. All right, if you guys have seen my previous SCX-6 content, this one is the first truck that I came out and ran on the different sandstone terrain and whatnot. So definitely excited to have it back on the channel. Thank you, Randall, for letting me take it out again. All right, here we go. So starting this one off, we're gonna do an uphill climb right here. And then we have this formation with the shadow right there. We're gonna try and swing the truck right around the outside edge of that and see if we can get this thing to stick. These trucks are a little bigger than I'm used to, obviously, and sometimes the framing will get a little bit closer than I intend. But for this video, we're going to be paying a lot of attention to like sidewall roll and how the tires conform to ledges as you push into them. Just a little bit there. And then we're going to watch that top tire edge as it pushes into this sharp point and just seeing how much that tread moves. Like right there. Got a good amount of tire fold. And then back here, we're gonna be watching the rear tire as well. I bet this thing's gonna start sliding around the point. Getting a little bellied out. So we're gonna watch side roll here. And then hopefully not let this truck fall off this ledge. Looking at that back tire. So this video is really about the foams. Hung up on our links, it looks like. Okay, here we go. Got that outer sidewall starting to bulge and move. Got this front tire we need to keep an eye on. Really need these fronts to come up right now. There she goes. Got those fronts hooked. Now we can see that inside tire over there grabbing on. The way it's grabbing and reacting. Got both front paws up. Let's swing around and watch this tire as it comes up. You got a lot of the weight of the vehicle on these rears. Yeah, let's see how much that sidewall's conforming. And it's gonna let the truck come on up. Nice and smooth. Plenty of traction. Let's see how the Steady Foams compare to the stock foams. All right, guys, here we go. Got the Steady Foam sticker on the back of the truck, so there's no confusion. Shouldn't be much confusion. Silver truck has the Steady Foams. So again, a little bit firmer, claiming for less sidewall roll. I'm also curious, like on surfaces like this, how the truck will start to hop. If one of them will make the truck hop more than the other. So let's bring it on over. Gonna start driving around this ledge. Got up on that point, rear tires starting to come up on these rocks. Same thing, it's going to slide over and hit the link. But you just keep the front tires pinned. Oh, there they went. They really grabbed onto that ledge for a second. Okay, now this is the critical point where the front tires need to stick and come up. The rears are going to push good and hard. We diffed out on the front. Look at that rear wrapping up with all the traction. Here's the front coming up. Do or die right here. All right, front paws up, rotating around, climbing even more vertical. Well, let's grab a view of the rear tire as it comes up. It's gonna squish out nice. Not quite as much tire fold. but looking good. Time to hit the next one. So this one's a really easy test to do. Just kind of want to take a look. I'm going to come downhill on a big flat surface, and then I'm going to turn. So got the front tires already conforming to the rocks really with the weight of the truck. And then we're just going to full driver. So you can see that tire. Yeah, it's really starting to fold over on itself now. Really got that bead poking out of the wheel. And then we'll just straighten up because we don't need to roll it over. Got plenty of traction. A little bit less movement on the tire. Let's turn. Still seeing some tire roll. I can tell that it's fighting more. Like it just kind of brought it back on its own, whereas the stock foams didn't. All right, I would say those were better. Steep climb with some big ledges. Let's see how these steady foams handle it. Maybe even scrub that tire up onto the next ledge as I come up. We're gonna lose it. Watch that inside rear. I grabbed on, barely even slipped tires really. It's gonna grab the rear diff on the way through. Ooh, cleared, no problem. I forget how big these tires are, how much clearance they really have. Stock foams coming up the ledge. Gonna attempt the same thing I attempted earlier with coming up on the front and then going full driver to try and get that sidewall to bite and bring it up. Looks like it wants to, and then it's gonna fall off most likely. Yep, I think it gave up on it about right there. And then we watch the inside rear. Yeah, not much slipping here either. And then I turn full driver and we watch the rear diff. But I'd say about even performance there. All right, classic steep climb. Front tire right next to where that little shadow was in the rock. I'm gonna see if I can crawl this. Ooh, just barely got that front end to settle. It's not settled yet. Okay, so notice the truck hopping. Just real steep for the 6. Okay, I saw where the rears were when it started to go up. A little bit higher wheel speed, it really likes to hop. Like just above that crawl speed. Let's get it, steady foams. Tire just on the inside of that shadow of the rock. Just barely settled in. That always hurts. Okay, this Jeep pops too. I think it climbed the upper part a little bit easier. Just a little bit. But I also chased the front tires around that lower ledge a little more. So maybe I learned the line a bit, but really good performance out of those steady foams. Don't know what we're looking for here other than it's a cool formation and I want to drive the Jeep over it. Maybe we'll find something, maybe we won't. Drive that tire right into this little pocket. Turn into it to get the differential out of the rock. It's wanting to unload. That rear tire is in the bottom of the ravine here. So we need to turn. Rear's gonna come up, the front's gonna drive up the wall. This is gonna get real tippy. Let's jump on the other side. Almost feel like I need to stop. No, we need to turn. Yeah, let's try and go straight. It's just slowly working its way over. Front just wants to wash out. Slider might save us. Slider might not save us. Pivot around. Okay. Still could tip over. Got some tire folding there. Front end's coming up the rock. Yeah, good luck repeating this, man. We'll see what happens. Didn't even touch the bumper. Well, it was wild, that was cool. All right, the first time I was just winging it. Now I have to try and repeat it, so we'll see what happens. So far, it's doing the exact same thing. Now's about the time we need to go grab our other view. And turn into it. Front bead grab just like the last one did, rotating around on the links. Just need to get this front tire to settle down on this rock. It's still rotating. Exactly the same line. Weird. That was cool. Well guys, oftentimes when someone comes out with a product like this, you can go one of two ways. It could go very bad or it can go pretty good. Overall, I think it's a pretty mild difference on the steady foams, but there is a difference. I think it did side hill a little bit better, but we didn't lose any performance in climbing and technical crawling. It was still able to grab onto the ledges, which is great. That was my main concern, is that these tires would not conform as well as the softer foams for obvious reasons, but they still conform enough to get this heavy truck up and over obstacles. And overall, on like the bouncing and hopping, it's about the same as the stock truck. Not really a big difference there that I could tell in my short time testing these, but I'm pretty happy with them. I'm gonna leave these in there and keep running them and see how they do. But yeah, if you guys are sick of the sidewall rolling, that was probably where I saw the biggest difference on these foams, was the side hilling and the way that the sidewall actually wanted to conform back to straight. So pretty cool there. Also, when the tire wrapped up, it seemed like this one loaded up with more traction. When you got the tire pissed off and just really starting to wrap around the wheel, that foam was fighting harder to straighten it back out, whereas these kind of just wrap up and kind of like to stay wrapped up, if that's the thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed the test and review. It was certainly fun having two SCX-6 trucks out here on the trail. Not too often that I get that opportunity. So if you guys are convinced what your truck needs is the steady foams, use West Desert Wheeler 10 at checkout and get 10% off your order. Thank you very much, Steady Foams. That's pretty cool. My first discount code on the channel. I greatly appreciate your guys' time. We'll see you in the next one. Keep the rubber side down.